What up, YouTube? Casemus Primary back at you with another video. This time I thought I'd do another TV show review, something of which I have not done in quite a while, actually. It's just been a while. I just haven't really been watching any shows I felt like reviewing, or nothing really interesting on television that's worth reviewing, because I haven't seen many episodes. But, these past couple weeks of my summer, I've been, thinking about, some good... I always gonna get interested in some show over summer. It's been having these past couple years. Oh, what can I remember? Like, in 2007, it was, Transformers. Last year, it was, Man vs. Food. 2009, it was Kamen Rider. And 2008... I want to say Phineas and Ferb, but I really can't remember. I think it was Phineas and Ferb. By the way, the movie actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I might do a thoughts on video on that. But that's not the subject of today's video. Now, for those of you that know, Jackass star Ryan Dunn passed away last month. Rest in peace, brother. He will be missed. And these last couple weeks, I've been watching a show that he was on just after Jackass was done. And this is up to this video, Viva La Bam. Now, for those of you to know, there was a member of the Jackass crew called Bam Margera. He was a skateboarder type member of the Jackass crew. Apparently, in the Jackass films, they always seem to mess with his fear of snakes. For example, in Jackass 2, he did a stunt called the Wind Tunnel, where he blew himself in an industrial tunnel in a horse trailer with an industrial fan, and they locked him in it, and they dropped in a devenomized king cobra. Apparently to play with his fear of snakes. And then in Jackass 3, they drop him in a empty trailer when he's going to try to Rocky someone, like he's done several times in the film. And he drops into a hole with a bunch of fake snakes, and they drop in a couple. They care about his safety, of course, they're devenomized. Now, Viva La Bam is kind of like if... Viva La Bam is kind of like what would happen if we see Bam's life outside of Jackass. What kind of stunts that he and his buddies do in their lives when they're not doing Jackass. The only real other character of the Jackass crew that appeared on the show, besides Bam himself, was Ryan Dunn. He was considered a member of Bam's crew, so to speak. We do see a couple other characters from Jackass that we've seen, like Ape and Phil. Remind me again, I forget this, I really haven't been following up very well, but, how are Ape and Phil related to Bam? Are they his parents? I think they're his parents, if you can, refresh me in the information below, in the comments, I need to know. But basically kind of featured him and his buddies doing some crazy stunts. This past week I was watching an episode where, Bam's gonna race his Lamborghini against, their limo, and apparently someone stole it, and Bam keeps thinking it's done, and, keeps ganging up on him. That was a good episode, pretty funny. If you get to check it out. The episode was called Limbo vs. Lambo, or Limo vs. Lambo, my mistake. How can you race a game of limo versus a Lamborghini? I have no idea. Another episode I saw, which was a pioneer for me, because it was one of the first few episodes I saw, Treetop Casino. This episode was an Arbor Day episode, which is where Bam hears about Arbor Day, so he decides to build a treetop casino. And that episode has some pretty good quotes in it. "This is Bricker Bushes, I told ya!" And Dunn was chosen as their dummy. If that car crash didn't kill Bam, if Dunn, I didn't think that would have when he tried to test that rope. But that was a funny episode. But the first ever episode I ever saw of Viva La Bam was Don't Feed Phil. If you haven't seen that episode, it's an episode where, for those of us that know, there was an episode called Fat Boy Face Off, which is where, Phil goes off against a battle against their other fat friend, Don Vito. In that episode, basically, everyone makes Phil go one day without eating any food. And they go to extreme measures. I mean, they put signs on billboards, on restaurants, they do everything just to stop him from eating. It was a good episode. The only real character I really can't seem to understand on Viva La Bam is Don Vito. I mean, half the time you can't understand what the hell he's saying. Like in the episode "Bam on the River," he keeps on calling the lagoon the Galoon, and like he keeps on saying like whenever he sees them doing stuff, he's saying like I don't want to play them in reindeer games. Like I can't understand him. I'm not sure if it's just me or just the way he acts. And also there's a question I really seem to have. Is any of this scripted, or is it kind of like a candid camera type thing? For those of you who know these kind of shows, let me know. Also, there was an episode of the show where Johnny Knoxville does make a cameo, and gets in a prank war with Bam. Good episode. Takes place a couple years. It takes place in 2004. It was a good episode. I thought it was an episode. Good episode. But if you guys catch Viva La Bam on MTV2 one day, check it out. They usually do a couple hour long marathon every Monday. I think it's from like 1:30 to 5 or something. They air episodes non-stop. Couple of good episodes I'd recommend if they're on. I'd recommend some certain episodes like April's Revenge, Treetop Casino, Bam on the River, Uncivil War. That was a good episode too. I just thought of that now. But if you guys see this show and it's on TV, check it out. It was actually a pretty funny show. So I guess that's really about it. Later, guys. I am out of here.